Hello everybody in the YouTube world. So just got in on a nice little ride on my new to me 2003 R1150GS Adventure. I'm loving this bike and just want to share with everybody some things I've done to it, and I meant to take some videos with me actually installing some of these things. I'm going to get better at this, so bear with me, but I do plan on posting more videos and just to share, I love a motorcycling. So this thing around, forgive my shop, it is a mess, but I always start one of these service manuals for bikes. Bikes I've had. Hey mama girl, that's my puppy dog mama girl. What you doing? Where's your good baby? Where's your good girl? Yeah, it's a weird name, but we named her that because when she came up, she was a stray. She was skin and bones. She couldn't have been a little over a year old, and she was already pregnant with a litter of puppies. So I just started calling her Mama Dog, and it stuck. But she's a good one. So anyway, yes, I like keeping all my receipts and just logging, obviously, oil changes, valve adjustments, and everything. It's a great idea for the next buyer too. If there is a next one, I'll tell you, I'm liking this bike so much. It had just shy of 50,000 miles when I got it, and this thing has been so well taken care of. It's got the original shocks, but I'll tell you, the last bike I had, I think it had like 37,000 miles on it, and it was the silver and red. It wasn't this black and yellow, the Bumblebee. And, kind of like Ewan McGregor and Charlie Dorman had on their first motorcycle adventure, Long Way Down, I think was the first one. Anyway, exactly like those bikes. It had the big square igloo coolers on the sides, the panniers, and the top case. And I love that bike, but my point is that bike had really been ridden hard and put up wet. I had to do a lot of things. There was some rust in some areas that was odd on that bike. I think it was maybe on the coast. It spent a lot of its life on the coast. But anyway, it was a good bike. I'm not knocking it, but just this bike has been so well taken care of. The shocks on that one with 37,000 miles was completely shot. And this one with, it's got 50,680 is, they're still, you can really, it locks up around curves really well, and they're not wore completely out by any means. Now I have ordered a new set of tractive shocks. They went under the name of Touratech for a while, but I think they split off. They made them for Touratech, now they're tractive. But and there's like a 6-week delivery, so I'm about 2 weeks in, so that, about 4 more weeks out, I'll try to make a video of that installation. So what I have done, I bought this little rig gear tank case. I like it. When I first got it, I was a little shocked at how small it is. It's not very big. But the last one I had was a really big one. It took up, quite a bit more room from here to here on the other side. And what I ended up doing is just packing it full of a bunch of crap I really didn't need. All I really need here is maybe an extra pair of glasses, extra pair of gloves, a couple of rags, insurance information, and that's about it. Maybe a map. Throw a map on the top of it, which I've got. And I did install it. It was really simple. I'm gonna have to trim some of these off and burn the ends on that nylon so it doesn't fray. I am gonna have to, right here where it comes against the tank, I'm thinking over time, it's got a protective, really soft material that protects it from the latches. But I'm thinking over time, not even that much time, that's probably going to do some wearing, because they didn't clear coat these, as I understand, or if they did, it wasn't from the factory. BMW didn't do a real good job of putting clear coat. I know they did not clear coat over the insignia and everything. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to find something that's really soft, maybe some type of a tube to run those in, because I don't want to wear the paint off. So I got that installed, got the little ram mount installed. I've got to find another. I'm going to mount it over here. This blocks my view when my phone's on it of my fuel and temp and time. So that's going to come over here, and I think it's going to work fine. Fits the phone just fine. And also handlebar risers. I'll forget the brand name. They are just perfect. I'll tell you, I've listened to some motorcycle instructors on YouTube, and they kind of bash the handlebar risers, but I'll tell you, I'm 6 foot tall, just barely over, but I've got pretty long arms, and these really help when I'm standing in the standing position. I'm telling you, it's so much more comfortable, and I find myself standing on these bikes quite a bit. This tape was just from something the previous owner had mounted. I do have the buffer pad ordered. He didn't have that. But that was from those handlebar risers for us from Bay 4 Global. I'm looking at it right here. And they were, boy, they ate me up with shipping. You can see $37.50. They did come from Amazon, but $12.90. But anyway, no more than it is. You wouldn't think it'd cost that much, but shipping's getting crazy like everything else. So got those installed. Really pleased with those. And can-in air filter. Got that installed. And the only other thing I'm going to do to the bike, of course, is the front and rear tractive shocks. And I will make a video on how to do that. There's a ton of videos on this cam chain tensioner that's located behind the fuel injection system. I have that on order. It's supposed to be in this Saturday, and I will make a video though. There's a lot of videos out there, but it's so simple, but I thought might be a good learning curve for me as well to make a video and post it on YouTube. It doesn't make a whole lot of racket when it first cranked up. You can hear it here. Clears up, but it's just that tensioner works off the hydraulics, pressure built up from the oil, and the ones from the factory just did not hold the pressure. So that's why the rattling when you first crank it up is so loud, and then of course it clears up and goes away. And quite honestly, this is the, let's see, I had a 95. It was an R1150GS, just a standard GS. I had a 2004 R1150GS, standard GS, and I had a 2003, just like this, red and silver though. And if I can figure it out, I'll post a picture of all of those on here. But that was the last one I had, and all of them had that rat-a-tat-tat, which wasn't a problem for me. It cleared up, but I don't know. The more I'm hearing people on YouTube saying, well, you know, it may run forever like that, or it may cause a catastrophic failure. So, I think I got that from, I've got it ordered from Beamer Boneyard. It's around 85, 90 bucks. You know, why not go ahead and get it done? So I've got that ordered. And, yeah, fuel filter. I've ordered a fuel filter because I'm sure it's got the original one on it. Got that also from Beamer Boneyard, and I'll make a video of that as well. The tank does have to come off, completely off, but it's pretty simple procedure once you get that done. Just make sure, I've done it on previous bikes, make sure you've got an old sleeping bag or an old quilt or mover's blanket or something, because you sure don't want to scratch up your tank. And these things they're not that heavy, they're just cumbersome. And I would recommend that you get all the fuel out of them as much as possible. Run it down as low as possible before you attempt that, for sure. But we'll go through that too. I'll make a video. And just a real quick, hey girl, you're getting hungry, aren't you? I know what you want. Yeah, she wants some food. Yeah, it's a good girl. So anyway, yeah, so just a quick walk around. I don't know what the brand name is of this guard. I really like the looks of it though. I'm assuming it's probably a TourTech because everything else on this bike the gentleman had before me is TourTech. It's got the Bigfoot foot pad. It's hey girl, get back. Good girl. Which is very, very handy. I had one of those on my 2004. It was handy. It's got the TourTech exhaust. Now we know TourTech probably didn't make that. It's got a great sound to it. It sounds so much like, let's see, that 1100 I had, the 95 R1100 had a what was it? Well, I'm drawing a blank on the name, but it was a, it'll come to me, but it sounds exactly like the Remus. It was a Remus muffler exhaust. It sounds exactly like that. It's got a nice throaty growl, as you heard before when I cranked it up. I really like it. It's got the aftermarket foot pegs, which are adjustable. I got them adjusted down to the lowest setting, which I find more comfortable. Really like those, and I'm assuming the TourTech. I couldn't find a brand on them anywhere. It's got the TourTech, well, I guess you just call this a tie-down plate for the rear, where you can put your straps in and put a bag. Which I got a good Ortlib bag over there that waterproof, carries a lot of stuff. But I've also got a that I'm going to figure out how to mount. This is a GV top case, and that BMW was just put on there off of a previous one. This come off of my 2004, and he had a small accident and had to have the tank repainted, and he kept one of the badges, the badge that was hurt, and just I don't know if he glued it or screwed it on, but it's on there. It's not coming off. But anyway, I've got all the mounts for that sitting right here. Just don't know, I'm gonna have to figure out, they mount a little differently. That back plate is slightly different on the Adventure as it is from the regular GS. So I've got to figure out a way to do that. The wife really likes that when she rides with me. She doesn't ride much, but she likes that backrest on these, because if you'll look, let's spin this around. It's got a nice pad for the passenger on there. So I'm going to do that. That's where I hang all my motorcycle gear, helmets. I'm getting a collection on it. And there's the helmet I use. It's a Scorpion, and I'll tell you, I really like that thing. It's super comfortable. It's a modular, but it's also got, flip that down, it's got the sunshade on there, man, which I think is so neat. Really, really cool. I never have to try it out and see how it is for protecting my old noggin. But yeah, when I got the bike also, let's see, I showed you the plate. That's about it for extras. Now, he did come with a set of hard bags, which I've got stuff under here, but they're not matching. I think that's a TourTech there. I'm not sure what brand that is, but when they're on the bike, you can't hardly tell. But if you look at the top, see how one is kind of got a smooth rolled corner, and one is very sharp corner. But those things, you could pack everything down in those. But they're cumbersome to get on and off. But luckily on 2004 that I still had the BMW side cases, and I love the looks of those. I've got a friend who has always ridden BMWs, and he's always bashing the hard plastic side cases, panniers of BMW. But I'll tell you, I mean, you can't pack a whole lot, but you can pack enough, and I really like the looks of them. So anyway, the gentleman who had it before me, he had all of the mounts for it, for the plastic hard cases. So I just put those back on. I've been using those. Really like it. Like the looks of it too on this bike. And oh yeah, he also had, I don't know how well you can see it, but it's like a cleaned up version of the tail. If you're familiar with the GS's, that the original tail lights, just one big reflective light, and it's really bulky and comes down here very far. So at first I didn't know about it, but it's growing on me. It looks a lot cleaner than the original. And so anyway, that is my new to me R1150GS Adventure, and I am just loving it. I can't wait to take my first ride on it, go camping up in East Tennessee or northern Georgia. It's where we like to go, me and my buds, and just some tremendous roads around there. So yeah, you guys have a good evening, and I will post this as soon as I can, and there will be more videos to come. Have a good evening.